Sarah laughs too soon. Abraham was now so sure that somehow or other he must have a son that he talked the matter over again with his wife Sarah. As a result, they agreed that he should marry Hagar, Sarah's maid, an Egyptian woman. In doing this, Abraham made his second big mistake. He should have waited a little longer for God to work. Yes, I know, he had waited a long time, but God was testing his faith for a purpose. He was to become known as the father of the faithful, and God wanted him to be a perfect example to all who should come after him. And now this, it was too bad. Hagar bore him a son, but that didn't help matters at all. God had no intention of letting this boy, Ishmael, be Abraham's heir. He agreed to bless him because he belonged to Abraham, but the promised seed, he said, would never come through him. Another 13 years went by. Abraham was now 99 years of age, nearly 100, and still no son by Sarah. Surely it was hopeless now. Perhaps he had been mistaken after all about that star that seemed to be coming straight toward him. Perhaps God had meant something quite different. How often he must have been tempted to doubt. Then one day God spoke to him again, saying, "A father of many nations have I made thee, and I will make thee exceeding fruitful." Then God mentioned Sarah, poor old wrinkled Sarah, now over 90. "I will bless her," he said, "and give thee a son also of her. Yea, I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of nations. Kings of people shall be of her." This was almost too much for Abraham. His faith had held up till now, but, well, Sarah. Then Abraham fell upon his face and laughed, and said in his heart, "Shall a child be born unto him that is 100 years old? And shall Sarah that is 90 years old bear?" Yes, he laughed, and when he told Sarah, she laughed also. Maybe God smiled too, knowing what a surprise he was going to give them both very soon. And the surprise came all right, just when least expected, and when it seemed altogether impossible. And the Lord visited Sarah as he had said, and she bare Abraham a son in his old age, at the set time of which God had spoken to him. Thus Isaac was born, the son of promise, indeed of many promises, and great was the rejoicing in the camp of Abraham. We can hardly imagine how happy those two dear old people must have been after waiting so long. No wonder we read that Abraham made a great feast the same day that Isaac was weaned. He had something to celebrate in a big way, and I like to think that in the midst of the feasting and the rejoicing, when all the people from far and near were crowding around to offer their congratulations, Abraham lifted up his heart to God and said, "Thank you, dear God. Thank you for my baby son. This is our first speck of dust, our first tiny star." And Sarah, I can hear her saying as she held her baby tight in her arms, "You were right, dear Lord, you were right after all. There is nothing too hard for you."